Open RAN standard will reshape the relationship between carriers and operators?
On paper, it's a good thing, Open RAN. Again, it allows operators to use multiple, equipment from different vendors, and it makes it so much easier. But it's whether or not Huawei are fully committed to the standards again, Open RAN. They haven't really been pushing it as such, and that can be a worry for some of the mobile operators as well. But overall, the Open RAN is a good idea again, and some people see it as the future. But whether or not Huawei are completely committed to it remains to be seen. It's a good idea on paper because it literally gives operators more flexibility. It allows them to build redundancy into the network. It allows them to use different equipment from different manufacturers. It allows them to separate the core from the non-core functions. It also allows you to maybe like things which are hot at the moment, like edge computing. It allows you to have a lot of the processing done at the edge, which can speed up, the traffic, really can make the mobile network more efficient. So it just gives you more flexibility when it comes to rolling on the network, and allows you to do cooler things, given the fact that you're able to adopt equipment from various manufacturers, and you're not tied into one manufacturer. And ultimately, that allows you to have a more resilient network if one part goes down, because you have different equipment from different vendors.
In a report published last year, Ericsson warned that Open RAN could compromise security. What's your opinion on this argument?
It's possible, but it could also be that Ericsson don't want it to be, that they see it in their favor not to support the standard. If a company has got the market in a certain area, and they're likely to be the main vendors or the main suppliers, and then it's in their favor not to support Open RAN because they want to have the entire network to themselves. Again, so some of that could be just game playing by Ericsson and Nokia and Huawei.
Why do you think no Chinese companies decided to join the Open RAN policy coalition?
It just could be because they have been dominant, and they were expected to get the market in most countries. So it wasn't in their favor to support Open RAN, that they just wanted to supply everything. So it could have been just an economics gamble by the Chinese companies.
What's your opinion on Huawei and ZTE's plan to charge a royalty for 5G patents?
Yeah, I guess they can make money out of that. There was even, when the US ban came from the US, there were talks about kind of licensing the technology or allowing other manufacturers literally to take it, because then they couldn't be seen as a threat. So they have to try different business models, of course, and that's a legitimate one. I mean, if you have patents, of course, you can charge for them. You can license out parts of your, so anywhere you could generate revenue, that makes sense for them. So I guess they just have to examine other avenues for making money from 5G if they are banned from certain countries. What's happened is not good for the overall networks. Again, it's not good for technology. In some ways, it's quite scary, the fact that Google could literally pull someone's business model and cause so much disaster for a company, just because they were told to ban them. And also the fragmentation doesn't help us in the rollout of 5G. Ultimately, it's the consumers which lose in the end, because then we probably end up paying higher prices because there's less competition in the market. Competition always is good for the market. It's good for the consumers. So again, ultimately, none of this really helps us. Again, it just adds more fragmentation. We've got another operating system in the works, whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing. But again, ultimately, we're just seeing, and with the chip shortage as well, which is really hurting all sides of the technology sector, from Apple to Huawei themselves again, that the shortage of chips really is affecting a lot of the products that should be rolled out. So we're in a strange times at the moment, really. Something that we couldn't really have envisaged 2 or 3 years ago, what's happening right now.